Well, learners, I welcome you all in this session on the topic accounting process and rules. So, well, learners, this is very important and very interesting topic as far as the accounting is concerned because we all know that accounting is considered as the language of the business. Therefore, what steps are needed, what rules are needed in order to record the business transactions and then preparing the financial statements. So, today we will discuss the accounting process and rules. So, when we talk about accounting process, it means the steps which are involved in order to complete the accounting cycle. So, accounting cycle and accounting process both are synonyms, right? So, therefore, what steps are required in order to complete the accounting cycle or accounting process that we will discuss today. So, well, friends, as we all know that accounting is the art of identifying. So, first of all, we need to identify, then measure, record, classify, summarize, analyze, interpret, and communicate. So these are the steps which are involved in accounting process. It means right from very beginning, it means recording from journal entries in the books of the accounts and till the preparation of the financial statements. These are the steps which one has to come across. So, we will discuss the accounting process with the help of this chart, with the help of this picture, which is depicting the 8 steps. The first one is identify, then measure, then record, classify, summarize, analyze, interpret, and communicate. So this is the entire accounting process. Let us take an example in order to understand the accounting process. Say for example, we have a printer which was bought from HP company for rupees 5,000, which was ultimately shown in the financial statements as an expenses to the business. Because when we have bought a printer of rupees 5,000, it means there is an outflow of the cash. There is outward movement of cash. Rupees 5,000 are going out from the pocket. Therefore, this is an expense for the business. Now, purchase manager will look into the expenses at the year end and recommend a few cheaper alternatives to be considered for all future purchases. So here, the transactions that has entered into of rupees 5,000 on account of buying a printer from HP company. So with the help of all these steps which are necessary in order to complete the accounting process, we will study it one by one. The first one is identify. So the transaction identified was the purchase of a printer, that we have bought a printer. So this is the transactions which has been identified in the whole process. Then the second one is the cost of the printer was measured as rupees 5,000 because the printer has been bought against rupees 5,000. There is an outflow of the cash which is going out rupees 5,000. So the transactions which was identified as buying a printer was measured in terms of cost of rupees 5,000. Then the third one is record. The transaction was recorded in the books of the accounts systematically as rupees 5,000. So the transactions which was identified as purchase of printer and which was measured in terms of money, that the cost of the printer is rupees 5,000. So this transaction, that is the printer was purchased against rupees 5,000. So this transaction has been recorded in the books of the account. And then classify. The transaction then moved to the ledger. So whenever we talk about classifications, it means posting the transactions into ledger. And whenever we talk about recording the business transactions, it means recording the business transaction in journal. So transactions are always recorded in general, and then the transactions once recorded in the books of the accounts are classified. So classification is the next step with similar transaction. So here the classification means that the transactions which are of similar natures are grouped at one place. Say for example, if we have bought another thing, say for example, if we have bought a cartridge for this printer worth rupees 200. So anything which is purchased, so any transaction which relates to the purchase would be grouped at one place. It means transactions relating to the purchases will be recorded at one place. Now we can move further, that as far as the transaction which relates to the purchases are concerned, so the transactions may be related to the cash purchase, the transactions may be related to the credit purchase. So these transactions which are related to the cash purchase will be recorded in the purchase account. And as far as the purchase book is concerned, in purchase book only the transactions which are related to the credit purchase will be recorded. And in the purchase account, the transactions which relates to the purchase, either such type of purchase is related to the credit purchase or it is related to the cash purchase. So transaction related to the purchases, whether on credit or on cash, will be recorded in the purchases account. Then the next step is summarize. Well friends, when we talk about summarization, so summarize means that the transactions which have been recorded in the books of the account, and after recording the business transaction, then they need to be classified. So after classification, the transactions need to be summarized. It means these transactions need to be summarized very systematically and very scientifically in terms of preparing the financial statements. Because simply recording the business transaction and then making classification of those transactions will not serve the purpose until or unless these transactions are summarized in a meaningful and in a very systematic and very scientific manner. So when we prepare trading account, profit and loss account, and balance sheet. It means with the preparation of these financial statements, we come to know that the total amount of gross profit is this much, the total amount of gross loss is this much. So this we can easily comes to know with the help of the preparation of the trading account. And as far as the net profit and net loss is concerned, we can easily come to know about the amount of net profit or net loss with the help of the profit and loss account. So just knowing about the amount of net profit or amount of net loss or the amount of gross profit or the amount of gross loss will not serve the purpose. So until or unless we comes to know about the assets and liabilities, so again the assets and liabilities plays a very important role in the smooth functioning of the business. So therefore, preparation of financial statements, trading profit and loss, and balance sheet will serve the purpose of different users or of different stakeholders to a larger extent, because with the help of the financial statements, the different users, the different stakeholders, they can easily come to know that what was the amount of gross profit, what was the amount of gross loss, what was the amount of net profit, what was the amount of net loss, and what are the total assets with the business, what are the total liabilities with the business. And as far as the total assets are concerned, so out of total assets, how much assets are fixed assets and how much assets are current assets, and out of the total liabilities, how many liabilities belongs to the long term liabilities and how many liabilities belongs to the short term liabilities. So this all we can easily come to know with the help of the financial statements. So these statements plays a very crucial role as far as the decision making is concerned. So with the help of these financial information, the different stakeholders, the different users can easily come to know about the uh, financial and about the profitability position of the business. Then the next one is analyze. So these statements are ready for the analysis of the experts. So the experts who have got the specialization, the experts who have got the expertise in different aspects, they will analyze the financial statements from different perspective. So once the financial statements are analyzed, the statements may be analyzed in terms of revenue, in terms of expenses, in terms of gross profit or gross loss, in terms of net profit or net loss, in terms of operating profit, and in terms of short term obligations, maybe in terms of long term obligation, maybe in terms of fixed assets, maybe in terms of current assets. So these financial statements need to be analyzed, because those who do not have the proper background of the financial statements, so for a layman it would be very very difficult for analyzing and to draw the inferences from the financial statements. Therefore, only the experts can analyze the financial statements from different perspective, and then they can interpret. After analyze, they will interpret. Say for example, as far as the analysis is concerned, purchase manager will analyze the transaction which relates to the purchase at the end of the year. Then interpret. The analysis lead to the interpretation that the printer was costly and cheaper alternatives were available, because until or unless we make the interpretation of the financial statements, we make the interpretation of the financial transaction. Without interpretation, no expert and no common man can take any decision. So we need to interpret whether the transactions which was identified as buying a printer, so whether the cost of the printer is reasonable or not, whether the printer is costly or not. So if it is costly, then what alternatives could have been there? So can the printers be bought against the cheaper amount? So we have to find out whether there are other alternatives which are available for the firm as far as the decision with that particular financial transaction is concerned. Then the next one is communicate. So this interpretation, these results need to be communicated, because when we identify the business transaction, and then second step is we need to measure it. So we identified the business transactions in terms of buying the printer, and then the printer was measured in terms of rupees 5,000. It means that the printer was purchased against rupees 5,000. It means the cost of the printer was rupees 5,000. And then third step is recording. As we have already discussed about these steps, so once the transaction is identified, once the transaction is measured in terms of money, then such transaction need to be recorded in the books of the account, because we know that today's business environment is very, very complex. It is very, very competitive, and there are huge number of transactions taking place in the routine business. So when the number of transactions are more, then it is quite obvious that we may forget some sort of transaction. So therefore, recording the business transaction is very, very important. So by recording all the business transactions, we can minimize the chance of forgetfulness, because if any transaction that took place, but if that transaction was not recorded, so that can create a big problem for the business, because the transaction that took place and was not recorded in the books of the accounts can affect the amount of profit and loss. So this way, the recording of business transaction is more important. Then once the transaction is recorded in the books of the account, then we need to classify the business transaction, and we classified it also. So I discussed with you, dear learners, that the transactions which are of similar nature, they need to be grouped at one place. They need to be recorded at one place. So these transactions are recorded in a chronological order. So recording the business transactions and then making the classification, and after classifications, the summarization. It means once these transactions are classified, then we need to summarize the business transactions in order to give a proper shape to the accounting data, because simply the transactions will not serve the purpose. Transaction will not provide any concrete information to the different users who have vested their interest. Therefore, in order to draw the inferences, it is quite obvious that we need to summarize the business transaction and need to prepare the financial statements on the basis of the transactions which were recorded in the books of the accounts, which were identified and were classified in the books of the account. Then analyze. So the at the end of the year, the purchase manager also needs to analyze the transactions which are being recorded in the books of the accounts, because analysis of the transaction, whether the purchase that we have made is worthy for the business or not. Then interpret, as I had already discussed with you, that after the analysis, the transactions need to be interpreted, because at this stage the financial statements have already been prepared, and after the preparation of the financial statements we need to analyze and then interpret that the transactions which were recorded in the books of the accounts, whether these transactions were of costlier in nature or not, whether there was any other best alternative was available or not. So in case if there is any other alternative which suits the requirements of the firm and which is comparatively cheaper than the transaction which has already been recorded in the books of the account, then the correction needs to be incorporated. It means the steps are to be taken in order to analyze and in order to find out the deviations. And then the next one is communicate. So when these transactions, when the result of the business transactions is communicated to the different users, only they can take a substantive decision. For example, the accounting informations may be communicated to the owners, may be communicated to the managers, it may be communicated to the employees, it may be communicated to the labor, it may be communicated to the supplier, it may be communicated to the tax authorities, it may be communicated to the shareholders, because it may be communicated to the consumer also. So there are various stakeholders who need the results and who needs the communication of these business transactions, and only on the basis of proper communication they takes a decision. Say for example, we take the example of consumer. So consumer needs to know whether the price which is set up by the owner of the business is fairly priced or not. In order to analyze, in order to see whether they are charging overpriced of the product or whether the price is a reasonable one. And on the other hand, the government is also interested to know about the results of the business, because the government is interested whether the accounts are prepared systematically and in the prescribed format following the proper norms of the accounting or not. So preparation of accounts systematically as per the norms, as per the requirement, is of again of great importance. So these were the few steps which are quite essentials in order to understand the entire process of accounting. So accounting process is nothing, simply starting from identifying the business transactions till communicating the results to the different stakeholders, different users, because different users and stakeholders, they have their different sort of interest in that particular organization. The government is also interested to know whether the financial statements have been prepared according to the norms of the corporate body or not, and whether the return is filed properly or not, whether the assessment of the tax liability is made proper or not. So, keeping in view all these things, these transactions are identified, and up to the stage of communication is known as accounting process or accounting cycle. So this is all about this lecture on accounting process. Thank you very much.